Okay. So now, if you want to create the question categories into a particular subject, depending upon the chapters, every chapter we should have a separate question. That's the idea. Like anytime, if you're going for the final exam or the midterm exam, or the unit-wise exam. So if you want to combine two, three units, if you want to conduct the test, combine two, three, combine all the lessons if you want to give the practice test for the for the children, so it is possible. So earlier what is happening, so whenever we are creating the question, default all the questions are creating within the within that chapter. So now also it will create within the chapter. As soon as I create any questions, so let me select the comparative quantities. Okay. So under this comparative quantities, if I want to create, so if I want to create any question, so how we'll do it? So I can straight away, I'll go here, click on more questions. So here I can see that by default, class 8 mathematics lesson number 7, that is comparative quantity. So under this we don't have any questions here. So if you want to create any questions, so you can create any questions here. That questions straight away it is coming within this lesson. So let me try comparative quantities. Okay, just true and false I will create one simple one question I will create. Question number one, comparative quantities, number and place. I'm creating one simple question. So this is true. 1 minute. सर एक सेशन है सर मैं करके आया तो केजी का भी क्लास टू हाँ बोला सर. Just created one question here, so just I'm adding that question. Okay, so now you can see that under this topic one question is added. Similarly we are adding number of questions here. So all the questions by default it will go into that particular chapter now. So when we go and create the question, so that time when I now just quickly I'll go back to the chapter comparative quantities chapter I will go. So now if I want to create any quiz, so quickly I will create one quiz. Just see that, turn the editing on. Okay. Add quiz. Shit. Okay. So add the quiz. I will say practice quiz 1. I'm not going to do anything here, so just click here. So now if you want to add the questions here, we know edit the quiz. So now you can see that by default one question is available in the question bank. This is the one. So just now I have created one question. Number 10 is greater than 5. Okay. So one question is there here. So suppose if you want to have the access of other chapters also here, so which is there, which is available here, which is available. So earlier it was not showing like this. So now I want to bring this lesson number 6 also comparative quantity here. So already it is there, comparative quantity already I have created. So here it is showing 0 here. We don't have any questions here. So one question comparative quantity only, but it's by default it is available here. By default it is available here. So I can choose from here. So I can design my questions here. So when I select the questions from the various bank, okay, it is possible. So easily I can choose this one. Okay, add it. So similarly, again I will go for the question bank. So if I want to add another question from the real numbers chapter, so I can choose randomly. Also, I can choose it here. Okay, so I added here. two questions from this chapter, and again I'll just go and add from the question bank, and again I will go and choose the other chapter, square and square roots. So here also I'm selecting some 2 3 questions, just select. So this is the advantage of having the creation of the category, so which is available all the time in all the chapters. So earlier that was not showing. So how we can create that category? So this is how we can choose the multiple questions from the multiple multiple chapters. So once this is ready, so this is done. So I'll come out. That's it. So it is ready. So you can just distribute it for the students so they can attend that. Now for the as a teacher, like I want to create the number of questions into that particular chapter. Yes, I can do it from this portion. More, click on more, and then click on questions. So here you can see that only one question is there, which is already we have added here. Okay. So now click on a category. Click on a category. So you can see that in the category there is already comparative quantity. Okay. So no need to create. So how we can create? So I will create in the next chapter name. I'll take it and I will create it. So I will take the next chapter name. What is that next chapter name? Okay, data handling. Data handling I will create. Back. So anywhere like you can be here and you can create the data handling also. So just so here I request this creation kindly do it by the coordinator so that it will be available for all the teachers. If every teacher started doing it, it will be a multiple. So only one teacher take the responsibility, not only coordinator, take one teacher who is good enough to create the categories. If you create it once, it will be available for all. And later, what you can do it so you can distribute the chapter. So I will take 2 chapter, you will take 2 chapters. So everybody you can take one chapter. So that will be the easiest way you can keep on adding the questions. So now how to create the category? So just go here, click on the top mathematics. So this is the default category which we have one question. Click on top for mathematics, top for science, top for EVS, top for general science. It will come here. The subject name will be there. So just select that subject here and then enter the name of the chapter and just click on add. So now you can see that data handling is added here. Similarly, I will take one more, just go back, take one more, what is that, linear equation and variables. Just copy. Anywhere, it's not mandatory you have to be in the same chapter. Anywhere if you can go, just click on a setting, click on more, go to questions, simple. Quickly I'm showing simple, click on category, select the parent category. In the parent category, tap mathematics. Okay, just type the name. So why I'm copying this name? The same name should be there. Like there will be no confusion. So easily you can understand. So some name are different there in the chapter in the visibility, and here we have a different name. It may create the confusion. You just click on add. So now you can see that the linear equation and one variable is added. Right. So this is how the simple way we can create the questions. So now you can see that in the questions, so under this category, see now I'll go back to the comparative quantity chapter. So which is already created. Most of them are already created the questions. So that is lying in the same chapter. So now I want to shift that questions into particular category. How we can do it? In very simple way, you just go to the questions. See, one question I have here. So you can just select the questions here. So one click you can select all the questions. One click you can select all the question. Move to, so before clicking on this, click on move to comparative quantities. See here we don't have any questions. So just I'm clicking here, move to comparative. Don't click on a delete. Once you delete, you cannot retrieve the questions again. Just click on move. So the question is shifted from the default lesson number 7 to the comparative quantity. So now this question is available throughout the topic, throughout the mathematics chapter. It's very simple, just 2 3 steps you need to follow. Very very simple. So first thing, go to the chapter. So any, just take the first chapter of your lesson. Simple. I'll put it in a very simple way. First chapter of your lesson. Okay, just copy the name of, okay, linear algebraic equations. I will take it. Okay, just copy here. I'm going to the first chapter now. Okay, just go here, click on a more, and then click on a question. Okay, so now go to category. In the category, you can select top mathematics. So depending on the subject, the name will be different here. Top science, top mathematics, EVS, general science, it will be there. So just select the top and then just enter the name of the, just click on add. That's it. So you can see that it's keep on adding. So once you are creating the questions in the particular chapter, so that time by default all your questions you can shift it to this. Suppose now data handling, we don't have any questions here in the data handling. Okay, so data handling, if you want to create any questions, or comparative quantity, if you want to create any questions, so how I can do it? So here I cannot create any here I cannot create any questions here. Okay, so just go here. From here also you can just do it. Questions. Okay, select comparative quantity. Okay, so whatever the questions if you're adding, so all the questions are going to add within this. So again, the bulk questions, even when you're importing the questions, so where you want to import the questions. Okay, importing of the question also you can do it in a particular category. So just enter it here, so you can import the question. So when you import the question, so that time it will ask you where you want to post the where you want to shift that questions. Okay, hope it's clear. So just try this. It's very simple. Just try this one to one questions, and just try to understand like how we can create the category. So I'm in the first chapter now. So I have created algebraic equation fraction. I want to create the category. Just I copied this name. Okay, just go to the first chapter itself. Don't get confused here. So just click on a setting trigger, more, click on questions or category straight away. Absolutely no problem. So straight away will come here. So select top mathematics, your subject name, top subject category. Okay. Select the name, select the fraction, copy the name of the chapter and add the category. You can see that all the categories added. So in future, anywhere if you go, these categories will be available throughout the subject. So that when you are creating the test, creating the exam, that time you have the option to choose the questions from all the chapters. And this is the best part of the LMS. Once you have this question bank with you, anytime, within no time, within 2 minutes, you can create the exam, you can create the test anytime. So every time you need not to copy, paste, that you need not to spend the time. So only one time you have to make your question bank ready. So next time, within 2 minutes, you can create the test. You know the set of questions, which are the set of questions you need to select. Just select and produce the question, produce the test. Hope it's clear. I will share this video also, inshallah. So any questions? I'll just stop right
Assalamu
here.
alaikum, sir. Sir,